right now, so
All right, I'm ready.
you might get an alert.
I might. Alert, yeah.
There it is.
Hey, what, hey, let's try that again.
Hey.
I'll just keep saying hey over and over again, and that's going to be the hour-long stream. Welcome, everyone, to the Awesemo.com Live Before Lock show. I'm Chris Spags, joined, as always, by the star of this channel, that handsome gentleman in a hat, Josh Engelman. How's it going, buddy?
Oh, it's going. Can you just feel the excitement in the air for 4 baseball games? It's really just an outstanding main slate. Why not just call the early slate the fucking main slate for today?
Yeah, I don't like that for baseball because I always miss the early slate and I'm stuck with whatever sloppy second slates that there are sometimes. And boy, tonight is a sloppy second one to the bitter end. But
I feel like it's way lower than sloppy seconds.
Yeah, it might be like you're the 5th guy in a train and it's been, the situation's taken a turn. But we're still going to go out there. We're still going to put our best effort in and pump away like we try to every single day here. Yeah, actually, I just want to point out one thing. Jake really nailed yesterday's slate. Not his home run pick or anything, but he was all over Berrios, and Berrios is a great lower-owned play. Yeah, I don't know. Just want to shout out Jake for being right because that doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, I wish I would have had a little bit more Berrios. I might have been able to hold on to that first place that I was sitting in for a while.
Oh, no. What fell apart for you?
Berrios just went off, and I didn't have enough of him. It pushed other people to the top. At one point, I was sitting in first and second. Alex had an entry in the top 10, and Tom had an entry in the top 10. I was like, oh, boy, if this holds.
Yeah, it's exciting when you're up there, but baseball's tough. I feel like it turns pretty fast, and all of a sudden you go from being like top 10 to being 50th, and it happens overnight, or not overnight, rather, immediately.
Yeah, it was before that Mariners game, and really, I think it was the Mariners. One of those like 9:30 or 10 o'clock starts that really got into it, and that one put up a ton of runs. But like at 9:30, there was a large contingent of the Awesemo staff sitting in the top 10, which would have I was just hoping for the graphic of it all, just to be able to whoa, there we go, 4 of 10 for the Awesemo squad.
Yeah, that would be nice to win.
Somebody tweeted it at me, and I was just like, don't fucking talk about it yet, man. It's too early. And sure enough, it was certainly too early.
To know who Tom is. Tom is our COO at Awesemo.com, so he is also a DFS pro who is doing business things for us every single day. So that is who Tom is. Tom is good. Tom and Eddie's our other guy. All 3 of whom I've seen win tournaments I've been in, which is a bit of a kick in the dick because it's like we're not that far removed, but they are winning and I am currently not.
Yeah, apparently there are more degrees of separation than we realized from the beginning. I'm drinking today, by the way, so we were talking about it. There's a glass of wine. So.
Oh, I was saving it for Friday, but that's good. Oh, wine. Classy. What an elegant gentleman you are, having a little glass of wine on the live stream, on the DFS live stream.
I walked downstairs, and I was just like, is there still red wine open? Because today's going to need it. Oh, by the way, Dr. Pepper, we know that the premium video is public. It was public on purpose today.
Yeah, what happened was it turned out to be premium or deemed to be not premium after we had recorded it, which would be helpful to know as a host if we were going to have a premium video so I could then promote premium adequately or not, depending on the circumstance. But yeah, we just gave you a freebie. Sometimes it's what it is. We feel like if it's not unique enough, it's not a special enough piece of content, then it just ends up being free. So that's life. Sometimes you're turning tricks. Sometimes you're doing it for free. Yeah, lots of Tom and Eddie on the top of GPPs. They both do well. Awesemo, too, obviously has done well. A lot of people winning around us. McCod being right about Monroe doesn't matter when Monroe still wasn't in the winning lineup. Basketball, Josh, I don't know. I know you're not paying much attention. Maybe tonight we'll get you to look at it because there's so little to talk about.
Fuck else to do.
Real weird. Especially on DraftKings. I don't know how FanDuel's been going. But basically now you have to own these guys like the Larry Nances of the world who are playing 10 minutes, maybe less, and getting 7 points just because that guy differentiates your lineup and lets you get the higher-owned guys in. But it's like the weirdest DFS I think I've ever played because you're basically splitting hairs of shit that we talk about during the regular season where it's like, no, don't play that guy. Why would you ever? it's all about those guys now. It's kind of awful. I don't know.
Yeah, well, when you do fantasy crunchers first draft, you got to get Looney and Mute, and it's like I don't want to Sean Livingston, PJ Tucker. So why would anybody want to play this trash?
Yeah, it's not the best. Yeah, he was for the winning DK lineup in the Big Jam, which is the $100,000 one. The good news is like the guy who won was a solo winner. He actually didn't split the pot because he went with the strategy of pairing a bunch of lower owned guys. And he had, I think, Nance and who was it? It was either George Hill or somebody. And I was like 2 players off. Like I had instead of whatever it was fucking stupid. And there was one moment too, which I mentioned to Jake in the other slate on the Warriors slate. There was a moment where a JaVale McGee lineup with 0 points was in first place. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, that was how it was. The stat correction, like, got that out of it. But it's terrible. It's fun, but it's terrible. That's the way to put it. I don't know.
I can't do it.
Ugh. I mean, I have a lot. I'll tell you I have a lot of tonight. I have a lot of Sean Livingston, a fair amount of Nick Young. Like, these are the guys that I'm left to play now just to have a shot at, like, maybe getting into the top 100 and not sharing it with 500 people.
That game last night was insane.
Yeah, I don't get what's going on with the Cavs. LeBron was trying so hard, and then he kind of tries less because he can't go that hard, I guess, the full game, even though it seems like he could. But man, they might blow that series.
So I was sitting here getting some of my stuff prepped for today, last night, while I was watching the game, and I finally got all through like everything that I had. There were a bunch of games that didn't have like lines and stuff, so I was like, fuck it, I won't do anything else. So grabbed the bong, took a big rip, started watching the rest of like the second half of the game, and Cleveland just started getting mauled and just turning it over, and I was like, maybe I'll tweet out Cavs in 6. And I was like, you know what? I don't want that out into the public. They're going to end up getting swept. They look like shit.
Yeah, and that was LeBron doing everything he could, at least for that first half. I mean, he had like 21 points in the first quarter. It's sad. Like, it's sad to see him not have guys that are good enough around him. And like Jordan Clarkson didn't even get on the floor. And not that Jordan Clarkson's like going to fix it all, but that's just a bummer that they're like, you're this bad now. You can't even see the court. Just such a downer.
It's really weird to me. I can't really wrap my head around it because when I say a lot of their like guys' names, to me in my head they're still good. Like I get the love and it's like, okay, well he must have really fallen off. And it's like, okay, Tristan Thompson, I think he'd be good. They're not really using him like I thought they would. Mm-hmm. Like George Hill is a functional starting point guard. Kyle Korver is a functional shooting guard. But they just can't seem to, like, you get Jeff Green out there being minus 18 in 28 minutes or something, and it's like, well, what are you going to do? I feel like they have more talent than like we talk about.
They kept saying in the game yesterday, like the announcers did, about how like they kept, rolling their eyes at each other and shaking their heads and like just kind of being like melancholy the second it went south. And I think like that's something that the data will never show you. But I think that's one of those things where you could tell by watching a game where the body language stuff, that's pretty palpable. And the Boston, the way that they handled, again, like Metal Burnings pointing out J.R. Smith's dirty foul, like the way that those guys fired up that, whereas the Cavs just wanted to not get people suspended. They didn't care about the actual war part of it.
Dude, Tristan Thompson was the savior in that one because there was almost a punch. He just caught his arm.
Would have been crazy if he did throw a punch and then JR would have thrown a punch, and who knows where that goes from there. He could have some fun suspensions.
He should have been allowed to throw a punch, man. That shit was dirty.
I don't think he meant to push while he was in the air, but Horford kind of jumped faster than he thought. I would give JR the benefit of the doubt on that.
You just know better. You're not trying to push it. Like, you don't think the push is going to matter, but he's for sure pushing him. He just doesn't think he's going to change his balance. He was like a couple degrees from being too far forward with this front of his body when his legs planted, that could have been really bad for his knee. It was just short of being too hyperextended.
Yeah, and even the way he flew into the crowd too was not great. He could have taken a tumble there and hit something and would have been painful. So,
I'm surprised it didn't end up worse than that. Like, if this were 10, 15 years ago, that is a brawl. Because there's probably some other, like, center goon on the floor.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's surprising that Marcus Morris, like, he seems like that guy. Or Baines. But Baines seems to, like, smile it off a lot. He doesn't really want to get in any actual action. Morris, though, seems like a man who would enjoy actually fighting. Smart definitely wanted to fight. I'm surprised he didn't just keep going.
Yeah, Smart, he was nuts yesterday. Like, when I went back and looked at the plus minus and saw that Smarts was out of this world, it was like, oh yeah, that makes sense because he's been everywhere this entire game.
Yeah, he was fired up. Horford was fired up after that too. Like, he actually played way better. I thought he was going to be kind of banged up, but he came out like he just let his play do the talking, which I really respect.
I'm surprised JR didn't get the gate there.
Yeah, he kind of deserved it. I think that could have been a flagrant too.
But, anyway. There's our recap of the Cavs game from last night, which is most people are coming to this thing for.
Yeah, let's talk baseball. Why don't we do that? We've got enough people here, I guess, to talk about our limited options. What are we stacking tonight? Let's start. Let's go a little crazy tonight. What's the stack? There's only a handful of them that people are probably going to go with. What's the one you would avoid?
What's the one that I would avoid? Like avoid?
Yeah.
Like truly avoid?
Avoid more than not. Avoid, like, let's say for you, lower ownership percentage than the field will have by a substantial margin.
I have way less Red Sox than the field.
Okay. Is that a price thing, or is that you think they're not going to be that great today thing?
I didn't make the move on my own, so I think it's mostly a price thing. Like we've got, I don't mind talking about it, and it's on the screen, so who gives a shit? But like we've got Eduardo Nunez projected for 56% ownership on FanDuel. I don't want to be anywhere near 56% Eduardo Nunez, and like it's just naturally bringing me in lower than everybody else. So I'm what I think is going to be relatively neutral on the Dodgers and a little high on the Braves, and then the Cubs are probably going to be the spot where I have more ownership than the field.
I like the Cubs, and I got there now. I wanted to get to Walker Buehler instead of going Garrett Richards, which I think we have Garrett Richards being one of the higher-owned pitchers on the slate tonight on DK. But I couldn't figure out how to make Cubs-Dodgers work without going to Richards instead of Buehler. I like Buehler a lot, but I always like Buehler. I don't know why.
Yeah, I've got a good bit of Buehler. I'll be way under the field on Sale. I should be way over the field on Verlander. So Walker Buehler and Verlander will be the guys that like drive me to anything good if it happens.
Oh, breaking news, by the way. I guess this isn't really... Well, yeah. So, let's say breaking news. I'll clickbait you. Our Playline.com contest is only half full, so there's a lot of overlay right now. So go sign up, playline.com/r/Awesemo. If you pick the lines of Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and James Harden tonight, you will be able to win up to $1,000, maybe $1 million if you guess all the lines correctly. Josh has given some pointers on what to do. I think Awesemo wrote some column with advice on what to do. So go playline.com/r/Awesemo. Very easy way to build your bankroll with our contest tonight. And again, it's only half full. So you got in now.
You pessimist. It's half empty. Where are you the optimist and I'm the pessimist?
I think it's the other way around, yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. You optimist.
You optimist bastard. Yeah, I don't know. Just go playline.com/r/Awesemo and go win some money, and then get a DM from Riddick Bowes. I realized he signs his tweets Bo when it is actually him. If it's his staff, he doesn't sign it Bo.
Oh, okay. Well, then the one that he has pinned on his account is from him, which is glorious.
Is that the one about eating a fucking legend or whatever?
Yeah.
See, that's like an old expression now. That's not like that's new. That's
yeah, but the fact that he pinned it like it's him is the key. They say you are what you eat, but I don't remember eating a fucking legend. That's what's up, Bo. Oh, it's from 2015 too.
Look, that was a shining moment for him where he coined that expression that's been around for possibly decades.
My dude, I love it. It makes me so happy.
Yeah, go support the Punch Drunk founders of a DFS site. Both him and Michael Bisping have taken many blows to the head, and so is Lisa Ann. So support. I don't think she's a founder, though, is she? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I'll go support Lisa Ann and Riddick Bowe. Not on black.com. Let's see. So stacks. So the Cubs? We both like the Cubs. I like the Dodgers. You're maybe not as crazy about the Dodgers, or maybe you are. Who knows?
I'm relatively neutral on the Dodgers. I've got quite a bit of them.
Who are you stacking on the Dodgers side?
Everybody. And I'm not even trying to be funny. It's seriously like everybody. I've got
go ahead.
Like 40% of Utley, Peterson, Turner, Bellinger, Muncy, Puig. So yeah, I got a lot.
I'm glad you got Muncy, because I landed on Muncy. Muncy is a guy who fits my old home run pick profile.
Shit.
And I like him. I like him. And I like him more than Turner, too. But I don't know if that's actually a good call, but that's my thought about Max Muncy. Yeah, for me, Peterson. Also, Taylor? Any Taylor for you?
A lot.
Okay. Yeah, I like Taylor, Puig, Peterson, Rizzo. I'm only doing one lineup again, doing a higher entry price point, but doing only a single entry tonight.
Shit. Yeah, I got to update that Zobrist pick.
Oh, yeah, we didn't go over Eliezer Hernandez. What do you think about that? I think you either have to stack against him or play him, but I think those are the two choices if you're doing multiple lineups. Because I think he's interesting to me. Like, I looked at his minor stats just because he has nothing of value in his limited relief starts or relief appearances. And he had a pretty good K per 9 in the minors, but doesn't look great tonight. Vegas thinks he looks okay, though. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't have him at all. I'll be against him.
Okay. I mean, look, to be contrarian, I think the Dodgers will be a little popular tonight. I don't know. We have ownership at...
I need to be a little bit more specific. He's probably slightly in play on DraftKings. My mind just immediately goes to FanDuel, where he's too low priced to be like any high ownership guy. On FanDuel, it's an okay option as a second starter.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, because you wouldn't have him right. On FanDuel, where you only have one pitcher, it doesn't make as much sense. On DK, though, yeah, I think he's interesting at 4,000, and you can afford then both the Red Sox and Cubs, let's say. What do we say? What do we have his ownership as? I think we have him being very low owned, even though I feel like he might be tempting. Yeah, we have him at under 5% owned. So could be contrarian to go with him and not stack the Dodgers. But, you know, there's risk, obviously. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm in the midst of updating my spotlight hitter.
It's okay. Turner with a bum wrist. Yeah, Turner got a hit yesterday. I would like to see him do a little more before I get there. That's why I ended up going with Max Muncy in my lineup instead of Turner. I think Turner's okay, though. I think if you're stacking a bunch of Dodgers lineups, having a little bit of Turner makes sense. Stack against Sale for a contrarian line. That would be contrarian. I don't know that I love stacking against Sale, but, you know, it's certainly a possibility. He's gotten beaten up pretty bad at home before. Eduardo Rodriguez stabbed me in the heart yesterday, so same thing for the Red Sox. Nothing else good in the chat right now.
Nothing else good. You said it.
What's the haps for tonight's slate? Which direction should you go? That's a little too broad of a question.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even know where to start. You should definitely play. I guess that would be your best bet, right?
Well, if you want to win, yeah. But if you want to not lose, then also not playing is an option. I mean, I would advocate for playing, but if we're starting from that high, that 50 mile of a view, might as well go all the way with it.
Yeah.
Does Osmo even make comments anymore? You guys are doing something different with your articles now, right?
I don't know if it's started yet, but I think it's going to start soon. He's hiding. He's going to hide behind the paywall again, and any additional picks will be for premium subscribers. Might pop in now and again to add some thoughts to our articles, but they're going to be our stuff is just going to stay in front of the paywall, and he's going to go behind it.
Ah, got it. All right, so there you go. That's your answer. So he's hiding. He's playing a little hide and seek behind the paywall. So go sign up for an Osmo.com premium membership if you want the premium thoughts of the founder of the site who makes much, much money playing DFS.
Yep.
Seems like a logical business model to me, but I'm sure somebody will be annoyed by that. Whatever. Boom, boom. Oakland stack. They've been hot. That doesn't matter. They've been hot. It's not a thing. I don't see it tonight. I like Sale, but sure. In a world of outcomes, there is one where an Oakland stack is okay.
Yeah, I have very little A's. A little bit of Chapman, a little bit of Semien and Marcana, but I'm not really getting to a ton here.
Yeah, it didn't jump off the page as being particularly great. I'm feeling Sale. I like the Vegas line. But, again, there's always, if you think stack looks good, there's a logic in playing that. It is going to be contrarian, obviously. So no problem with it in terms of game theory. Just doesn't seem like the most appealing outcome to me. Would you go Justin Turner or Grandal for cash? I'd go Grandal. But you don't like Grandal tonight, right?
Depends on which site.
I would assume
I guess
not.
DraftKings, right?
Hey, no, because it's either a catcher or a third baseman. That's got to be FanDuel.
Well, then it's got to be Turner, right? I mean, you don't have to play a catcher on FanDuel. So, generally speaking, I don't. If the question is between Turner and Grandal on FanDuel, it's not even close. It's very, very, very much Justin Turner. If it's on DK, it's a little bit different because of Grandal being a catcher.
Yeah, I would assume that yeah. I guess it could have gone either way. I like Grandal as a hitter more tonight, especially given Turner's wrist stuff. I would go Grandal in both, to be honest, but you don't like Grandal, so hey, that's fine.
Not
You're not
so
a
much.
I'm all over Yaz. I'm a Yasmaniac.
You're proud of yourself for that? You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be.
I really am. Kill me. Let's see. Oh, the live stream viewership is down according to this guy's math, which is not even accurate. It's because there's no NBA. There are also only 4 MLB games.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do with Osimo killing our brand or Josh's brand.
Wait, who said that now?
Calral orgies.
Dude, that's not even on my screen.
I don't know, it's on the YouTube chat. Maybe they're just PMing me on the Osimo channel. I don't know. Underneath Drew.
I'm wondering how much shit I'm not getting.
Yeah, I see Young T. Du Bois Hood reviews, hyping Justin Turner, then Drew N talking about the Marlins. It's Marlins, man. Why are you saying Marlins multiple times? And then Calral Orgis.
I think my chat froze.
Oh, that's not good. Zach Cisco noticed that it might be late just on yours. He's seen this perhaps on the stream before.
That's weird.
I don't know.
Yeah, like none of those things were there.
Yeah, I should have just quit at Yasmaniac.
Yeah, you should have. You got
we'll go
that
back
right.
to that though. But anyway, is the Marlins pitcher a good choice for contrarian SP2? I think he's interesting. I would say it at that. There's been nothing he's shown where he's got no hype behind him. I even Googled for like news articles about him or maybe some SB Nation like team site that was like, yeah, Hernandez, great Rule 5 draft pickup. Doesn't exist. There's really nothing about Eliezer Hernandez that would make you think he's going to be a great play. That said, his K per 9 in the minors didn't look bad. It's in the minors, though, so who knows. So if you want to play a little bit of him as a contrarian, if you're playing multiple lineups, sure. I couldn't get there on a single entry tonight.
I haven't looked at any major like DK stacks or DK crunches yet, so let's do that since people love that shit.
Yeah, there you go. We'll crunch it up. Get all crunchy. Yeah, Yankees and Nationals have been postponed for a while, so that is our one weather concern game. The other one, there was some concern over the Atlanta game, but we believe that'll play. So
I couldn't be happier that it's postponed and they didn't just drag that shit on.
Yeah, they were saying the field was like wet already, and it seemed like a thing where it didn't make sense and they would know early. So I appreciate them doing that early instead of somehow screwing over my lineups and making me scramble while I try to talk on here.
Just realized that I have not updated either of my placeholders.
What 2 DK pitchers would you take if you wanted to go contrarian and fade Verlander and Sale?
Bueller and Richards.
Yep, there. That would have been mine too. I actually do like that too. But it made more sense for me to get to Sale. So I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to love that decision overall, but I think actually Richards and Bueller is a pretty good play. Are the Astros trolling with their late lineup? Aren't the Astros always late? I don't know what they're doing.
They are. They're usually last if they play late.
That's so interesting. Like, why would you do that?
It's pretty annoying.
Yeah, just to fuck with people, or just to have the minor advantage that comes with not knowing your lineup till last minute.
All right, here's 100 DK lines, people. Let's figure out where we're going on my stuff.
All right. I need some like anticipatory music to pull up.
A lot of Sale, Verlander, Garrett Richards. Lots of Brandon McCarthy, which I did not expect to see.
Ooh, it's got to be a value play.
What the hell do we have his ownership at? Because that's concerning to me that I'm getting that much Brandon McCarthy.
We have him at under 10%.
Fuck me. Whew, that is not what I expected to see.
Well, you do like his Twitter. Maybe Fantasy Cruncher heard that. It was like one of those Siri kind of might be listening to you things. They just knew that you're a big fan of his Twitter.
That one's weird. I didn't expect to see that.
The Klein 25 says McCarthy has owned the Cubs for what it's worth. So you want to weigh Vegas, or you want to go with the Klein 25 and Fantasy Cruncher?
It's worth this. 0. That's me making a 0 with my hand. Sorry, I have no energy. Let's do something fun.
Iguodala or Eric Gordon on FanDuel? For me, that'd be Eric Gordon. Do you have an opinion, Josh?
They play tonight for sure.
They do play.
Yeah. I mean, I would say Gordon.
Yeah.
I don't know their prices.
Yeah, I don't either. But
you crazy people playing these shitty basketball games.
Hey, I'm playing it. I don't know about Iguodala or Eric Gordon. That seems like a pretty easy one to me. You have any info when Playline will have PayPal as a deposit withdrawal option? I sure don't, Alex.
No, I don't.
But it's a great place to play. Great customer service. They really care. Playline.com/r/Osman. Join the contest. Did I say? I said the site. Unnamed optimizer site. It's hard. I can't catch myself every time. Sometimes I get a free plug. But no, I do not support that unnamed optimizer site and their shenanigans. They haven't given me shit.
You're the worst.
They can suck my nards. Shabazz Muhammad of the night.
It's amazing that they won't give you that stuff.
I know, and I'm so nice to them on this vessel that they probably don't even watch. But they know the blowback. I'm sure their stockholders are up in arms. Shabazz Muhammad of the night. Probably Nick Young. I just like that Nick Young, Klay Thompson role for both guys. I think that Golden State wants people to be funneling the ball to that three-point shooter, and that's going to be Klay and Nick Young. So I would go Nick Young. Durant or Harden for the FanDuel MVP spot? I would go Harden. Do you have any thoughts, Josh? That's the 2X spot, to be clear.
Harden.
Yeah, I think it's Harden. Durant's good. I think Durant's a perfectly fine play, but I think he's just going to be a scorer this series, to be honest. And I think even if he's scoring a lot, I don't think he has the same upside as Harden. I think Harden's also going to get some more assists tonight. I would watch for Harden to be a little more involved in the offense instead of just for himself. Will there be an ultimate Grand Slam this year? What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought maybe you would know. Is that like a Denny's item? If that is on Denny's menu, I think that sounds like a possibility.
We just got a Denny's like within walking distance of my house.
Ask them about ultimate Grand Slams.
I'm probably never going to be there.
Fine then. Deprive yourself.
I don't know why they built it. I don't know why they built it. Where they did. Every time I drive by it, the parking lot is absolutely empty. For the type of like clientele that's around, Denny's is not going to do well. I certainly wouldn't have built one from scratch.
Denny's for me was what I associate with college because we had one by USC, which was like the drunk, like you go there at 1 a.m. and you get fucking, or probably even later than that, and get your grand slam under those awful fluorescent lights, which I still remember vividly. It just makes everything yellow and Simpsons colored.
Denny's in Niagara Falls, Canada side, had really cheap beer, so we were going there to drink when I was 19. We went there for spring break. And, yeah, I just remember them having cheap beer. I don't remember anything about the breakfast. I've never really been a Denny's guy.
It's fine. It's just like diner food, but maybe slightly more processed. It's okay.
There was never one really around, so like Denny's was never the place I ended up a lot.
I prefer Friendly's personally. I was big on Friendly's growing up. Higher quality food.
Is Perkins a national chain, or is that just East Coast?
I don't think it's full East Coast. I never went to one in New York and never saw one. I think that's more of a South chain, but maybe in some other pockets of the East Coast.
I mean, I used to go a lot in Pennsylvania, so that was why I was asking. That was sort of like my breakfast jam for places that were bigger.
We got some questions. Actually, yeah, home run picks. Let's do our home run picks.
Right.
You go first.
What the fuck do I gotta go first?
Because you have to break your losing streak, which is longer than my losing streak.
Fair. Can't really argue with that. All right.
Yeah, the current home run rankings, by the way, are still 3 for me, 2 for Jakey Hari, who might be in the chat right now, might not be, and 0 for Josh.
Even Jake is skipping this trash tonight.
He was in there before. He was keeping an eye. Oh, apparently there's a Perkins on Staten Island. One of my friends just texted me who was watching the live stream. So there you go. There is a Perkins in the New York area, in the weirdest part of New York, Staten Island.
Okay. So if I need to pick a home run guy, I'm going to go and do something real weird. But I'm really excited to do it. No, I'm not. Okay. I'm not going to do that. That's a terrible play. Fuck, this sucks. I can't even remember who's playing because I care that little about tonight. All right, Brandon McCarthy. No, Cahill.
I think you should go Brandon McCarthy.
Maybe. I'm just trying to think about who's pitching tonight. All right, let's do this. Copy. I'm going back to the well. Give me JD Martinez again tonight.
So I've thought about doing that, but because I feel like it probably increases the odds of you being right, because like that guy didn't hit one before.
That's not at all how that works.
Well, no, it does, because he has to regress to the mean and has to hit a home run. It's like if you kept picking, like, let's say Trevor Story. Like you pick Trevor Story one night, he doesn't hit again. Maybe that third night, Trevor Story is going to be.
Who did you guys have yesterday? Since no one seems to do this but me.
I can't update it. That was why I actually was going to update it for us, but I don't have privileges.
I gave you guys. Anyone with the link should be able to do that.
No, it wouldn't let me do it.
Anyone with the link can edit. That's what it says.
Well, I had Nico Goodrum, who did not hit a home run, and Jake had. Who did Jake have? Somebody shitty.
I don't remember. Chat. Who did Jake have?
Who did Jake have yesterday who didn't hit a home run? So I'm trying to think now. Wasn't anybody in the Cleveland-Detroit game? Wasn't. Damn it. Who the fuck did he have? I guess we'll never know.
He even told me this morning, too.
we don't pay enough attention to Jake. I think it's the takeaway. Oh, yeah, Justin Turner. That's right. Good job, chat. Thank you. Klein 25, you win. You got it in first. Bernard Lewis, metal
Harold's
burning.
a marijuana man. I have no memory.
Yeah, I know. It's tough. We've actually done it before where I actually kind of forgot my pick during the show. Yeah, sorry. What was your pick again?
Me? Fuck, this wine glass is broken.
That's your home run pick?
JD Martinez, round 2.
JD. Okay, so it's officially JD Martinez. I am going to go with Anthony Rizzo.
I like it. He's my new spotlight hitter pick. So.
Oh, I didn't even know that. So fuck, I don't like when we're aligned.
Tell me how my ass tastes.
Shit. I should have. Like the thing is, I don't have Grandal. Otherwise, I would have definitely gone with Grandal and gone committed to the full Yasmania theme.
But, you gotta get that shirt made. We need merch.
Yeah, look, I mean, we do need merch in general. I was actually thinking about mentioning that to someone today. I feel like premium members should get like a free T-shirt or something. Just people love T-shirts.
I don't know about free. Discounted.
Turner's wrist was hurt. Why would Jake pick Turner? Jake felt like he was healthy enough, and I think it's possible he's healthy enough, but I just want to see him do something before believing in him a little more.
I agreed with Jake in that scenario. The Dodgers aren't going to run him out if he's still got a bum wrist. Like, I don't know, that's just my opinion. I'm with him too.
I agree, but I think overall, you're coming off an injury. There still could be some trickle down economics in your body where your wrist isn't fully strong, even though it feels strong going through practice. I don't know. It's just a thought. What do I think of the Dodgers' 5-game losing streak? I don't particularly care. Not an LA baseball fan.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know they were losing 5 straight. I don't know the outcome of basically any game outside of the Braves.
Yeah, I don't have a baseball team. I don't have a baseball or basketball team. I had teams growing up, but at this point I just follow the sports for, either personal enjoyment or personal or business use, I guess, for baseball, really.
Yeah, I don't care, It's
yeah.
The whole league is my team.
The NBA, I love watching everything. Baseball, I don't watch much of anything. I watch MLB TV sometimes, but I've been trying to not get biased. That's what I've been doing with MLB and hope that maybe that works, and it's actually been okay. I don't want to fuck with what's working.
I just put it on in the background. Or during day baseball, it's really easy to open up another window with it, but I'm not watching that shit at 8:30 at night. Unless I'm doing well and I've got some stacks that are active, then I'll start popping that up.
Yeah, I like following the game cast sometimes, but I actually don't. I haven't watched a lot of baseball this year, especially because basketball's still on. I don't know. Maybe in the summer I'll do more. I'll watch more and I'll get all
live stream last night for the lottery.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm curious, those guys in general, how they shake out, because I don't think the Suns should take Doncic if they're going to have Booker. They shouldn't be on the same team.
I don't really care what they do. They're shit. So.
I mean, they could be good next year with Warren, Jackson, Booker, and then Ayton. I think would be a pretty good fit. I would actually like that team a fair amount, and Ulish had some moments down the stretch.
They'll be picking in the top 5 again if they take Ayton.
I like Ayton a lot. I was watching both Ayton and Doncic highlights last night just to kind of get just catch up on them, see what they were doing. Yeah, I don't know. I like Ayton. What's your pick for?
He won't be good in year 1.
I don't know about that. He's pretty athletic, and he's built like David Robinson, like young David Robinson, kind of chiseled out of stone. We've seen rookies do it, and I feel like he's a guy who could do it. He's got a pretty good jumper.
Not that kind of rookie, though. You don't generally see big men rookies do it.
AD was pretty good his rookie year, and he didn't have a jumper that he has. Definitely not the jumper he has now. Ayton's already got a better jumper than him, and similar length, similar strength.
But AD was known as a generational talent coming out, whereas I don't necessarily think that Ayton has the same sort of pedigree as AD coming out.
I think the one thing I worry about Ayton is injury stuff. He seems kind of, I don't know. He seems like one of those guys who runs weird and is going to get hurt a lot. That's which is just a general, totally anecdotal scouting report thing for me. But I like him. I don't know. I think he's a good player. I would probably prefer Doncic for my team. If I were the GM of a team, but I feel like you have to have Doncic be the high usage star running the offense. So if you put him with Booker, he's not going to be as effective. He's going to be like Bogdanovich, and that kind of worries me.
I don't have a problem with Doncic and Booker together, but I see the upside of CJ and Dame or Lowry and DeRozan. Or even Wall and Beal to an extent, and I just sort of feel like you need a little bit more balance. Because then what's the alternative? Who's the center for the Suns next year?
I mean, they're apparently going to... They want to get Capella really bad.
Well, they're not going to get Capella.
I can't imagine the Rockets paying the max for Capella. I mean, I guess they pretty much have to at this point, but
they are not. If they're not, they're going to match that for sure. The Suns would have to do a sign and trade.
It's a lot of luxury tax, but yeah, I mean, I guess the Rockets are committed at this point. You might as well go down with the ship when you have Harden, Paul, and Capella.
Look, worst case scenario is you sign Capella and trade him in a year, if that's really like your problem. But you're not blowing up Capella for next year. Like, you'll match whatever deal comes out if you have to. Hopefully you make a deal other than that, but Capella's not going to be like, you know what I should do? I should just go to the Suns.
Yeah, but I guess they're not going to win a championship this year. It seems very unlikely that they will. But being a young guy going to Phoenix, being a part of that team, like, it seems more logical if he weren't so good in the Rockets system currently. Like, I would like him with that. He's like 24, I think, maybe 25. Like, him in with that, like, the Suns core makes a lot more sense than him with the Rockets core.
Let's say this. Let's say the Suns offer him the max and he accepts it. Over under half of a playoff appearance in that 4-year contract for him.
I think the Suns are close, and I think their coach is an interesting hire.
They naturally won the lottery and the first pick this year. And
they also tanked.
They're on the door, man.
They tanked pretty hard, but they opened the season like 12-15 or something, or some decent record. They had moments. I just think there's like a chance they could be better, especially if they got Ayton, who's going to really change their defense, I think, and give it some sort of value. I could see the Suns bouncing back. I don't know about the playoffs because it's going to be tough in the West, but I would make a Chick-fil-A futures bet about the Suns' success.
Do you think the Suns will make the playoffs once in the next 4 years?
In the next 4 years, yes, I think so.
I'd take that bet.
4 years? 4 years is a long time. Booker's pretty good.
Is Booker still there in 4 years?
I think so. Unless they traded him for something now and then just went with Doncic. I worry about that, the Doncic-Booker pairing. I really don't think it's great. Doncic just needs to have the ball in his hands. I also worry about Doncic. I don't know about his athleticism.
Let him have the ball in his hands. Who the hell else is going to have it in his hand? Troy Daniels?
Booker with his 40% usage rate during the regular season.
That's fine.
I don't know. Can you edit your DK lineups? It's not allowing Z Cisco.
I just did.
So, yeah. Sorry, Z Cisco. Keep trying. Tucker versus Gordon for the same price on FanDuel. Yeah, that would definitely be Gordon for me.
Yeah.
FanDuel's pricing is stupid. Would you let Capella go for a discount Boogie? That's an interesting one.
Not even close. Capella is perfect for the Rockets.
Yeah. But how do they get better then?
Do they have to?
They have to beat the Warriors.
Dude, it's game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Let's have this conversation if they get blown out tonight.
All right, let's see. I think
if it's 1-1 after tonight, none of us are like, oh, the Rockets fucked. How are they going to win?
I think the Rockets are going to lose again tonight.
I think the Warriors are going to win too, but we got to let that happen before we're just burying them. They're only down 1-0 in the Western Conference Finals.
It's true. I think it is a little unfair that both conference series have been declared over by a lot of people who talk about these things. But I do think they have shown some signs of looking not great for either team currently down 0-2 or 0-1.
By the way, the answer to how they get better is that they somehow get Kawhi or LeBron.
That one I don't foresee happening. They're very into luxury tax if they max out Capella, I believe. What is everyone playing tonight in the NBA? So yeah, let's talk NBA real fast. I guess where would you go if you were building NBA lineups tonight? Got another 2.5 hours or so before that slate, or 2 hours before that slate. But let's talk about it. What would you do, Josh?
I'm gonna look on FanDuel. That way,
okay.
Whatever I put up is valid, I guess.
Yeah, for DraftKings, Harden's the most expensive. KD's number 2. Curry. It's like, I don't know. It seems super obvious to me. So I feel like there's probably something I'm not considering. But it seems to me like I would go with mostly Rockets, and then I think Capella's going to bounce back tonight. That's my one, I guess, off the beaten path thought. But even then, I wouldn't go crazy with Capella if you were doing a bunch of lineups.
Okay, so I like. Do we have ownership on this shit?
We do, but it's usually kind of late-ish. And it's like a regular article that goes up. Let me see if it's up.
I don't believe that it is.
Hmm.
Anyway, I like Harden tonight.
Yeah, it's not up.
I like Capella a little bit tonight. I think Klay Thompson could have a big game. He's a little expensive on FanDuel in my opinion, but... Whew. And then if we need like a guy... Oh, God, I don't even know. Why do people play this shit?
The DraftKings ones have been kind of fun because at least like it's weird that you kind of have to roster like a George Hill or Larry Nance to win it. And I think that's an interesting wrinkle, even though it's not necessarily the most fun version of fantasy. FanDuel looked tough though. I think like Nick Young down at 6,000 looked like a player you maybe have to play.
I can't give it. I don't have advice here. I don't want to play it. I don't play it. I hate it.
I did one FanDuel lineup because they prompted me, or like, hey, it's free, just do it. So I was just like, okay, I'll do this in 1 second with very little thought. I'll just give you guys my FanDuel lineup, and this is what I landed on, which might not be great, might be great, who knows. I had Harden in the MVP slot, Curry in the 1.5 slot, Thompson in the 1.2 slot, and then Young and Gordon as my utilities. So that was what I went with 1,500 left on the table. So I don't know. Still not great, but it is a lineup.
I ran 50 lines on your favorite optimizer and locked in Harden and Curry in those first two spots, as you said it. One lineup had Harden at MVP and Curry at star. The next three guys were Mba Mute at pro, and then Draymond and Looney as the next two.
Interesting. I like Draymond. Draymond's just expensive, especially on DraftKings. He's like $300 less than Curry, or maybe 600. Quinn Cook at 1,200. I don't think so. They didn't give Quinn Cook any minutes last game. There's really not any reason to, because they want to go with Livingston for defensive matchup purposes. So no Quinn Cook. I actually had a couple Quinn Cooks last time. Got nothing. Either did McGee.
Don't play Quinn Cook.
No, I mean, like, I get the name of the game for these has been like farming for shitheads. Is like really what it is. But Quinn Cook is not one of those shitheads. Neither is Jordan Bell. Unless you think the game blows out, then okay. But it's not likely there's going to be enough run there. Yeah, go Livingston. I agree with Kick's good. Any good questions? Richards or Cahill for an SP2 on DraftKings? Pretty clearly Richards to me.
Yeah, let me just look at their ownership. Richards and Cahill, right?
Richards or Cahill.
Man, you can make a case for Cahill because of their projected ownership.
Oh, wow. Chris Sale is going to be very highly owned if our projections are correct.
Yeah. If I'm playing a GPP, I would rather have if I'm making like one lineup, I would rather have Cahill than Richards because I think Richards is over-owned. Yeah,
that does look like pretty high ownership. I think that Sale and Richards are the best pitchers on the slate, at least from in terms of like value perspective. Man, it's hard not to go Bueller though somehow, because that's a lot of ownership on those two guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Ugh.
I mean, I love Verlander here. The fact that Verlander is like 1/4 of Sale's ownership is kind of bonkers to me.
Yeah, it is interesting actually. Verlander.
But I mean, he's more expensive than Sale, and I have him projected to be significantly worse. So.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of logic in not going Sale and Richards, but people really into the home run thing, even though we've been so bad lately about the home runs, but people really ask about that the most.
Yeah, I need to get that posted on the website. Let me make a note to do that tomorrow.
Our home run picks were Josh had JD Martinez. I had Anthony Rizzo. So those were our home run picks. Jake did not make a pick because he is a coward, or he's not watching the chat currently. One of those two.
I hope Jake has something better to do tonight.
But you know what? He's only been right for his home run picks when he's done it in the chat. No, he's right for one in the chat. So he might be passing up good luck.
Oh God, I don't have anybody in May.
What? I like seeing that Excel spreadsheet. It just makes me happy. The red that I'm accruing is making me upset, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna change the sheet so we could like track it a little bit better.
Jake's is like nice. Jake's is like a guy who is good at it but not lucky. I feel like is what his is. Yours is like just an unlucky bad guy.
I didn't even pick shitty dudes either. That's the worst part. Like these guys hit home runs. Fucking assholes.
My picks in the beginning, even the ones who didn't hit home runs, were still having great days, and now we've gotten to a point where I've had a couple picks who had like dud days, like at least one. I forget who it was. That worries me. I want my guys to be at least good if it's a home run pick. Whatever. What do the Rockets need more to win? Harden for 50 on 25 shots or 12 assists? They need 12 assists from Harden and Paul. Those guys scored very efficiently, did about all they could, and that wasn't enough. I'd rather have Ariza getting 10 points than Tucker getting 10 points.
50 points on 25 shots for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
I just think they need that offense to be a little more malleable. Like the Harden standing there and dribbling thing isn't going to work as well versus the Warriors.
Dude, 50 on 25 shots is so crazy efficient. What's 12 assists? 30 points? Give me
You're right. That is a very efficient stat line.
If he said 35 points on 25 shots, it's different.
What if he shots?
If Harden goes for 50 and only takes 25 shots, that means
2 for 20.
75 more shots in that game? Yeah, I'll take the fucking 50 and 25.
What if he goes 5 for 25 and the rest is in free throws? Then you take the 12 assists.
I mean, now it's the same. I don't care how many free throws he shoots.
I'm just saying, because that means that he would have had to shoot like 45 times and hit 5 of them.
I'll take it.
All right, fine. Whatever.
Give me Harden. I just want to argue with you right now.
No, it's fair. It's keep the energy up by just yelling at each other like an ESPN show.
Astros lineup is out. I don't know when that happened, but apparently a while ago. Guess I should probably hurry. I'm glad I updated this sheet, and making my updates is super fast now.
The Drew N has the Marlins pitcher, so watch out. Look, I think that's a bold play. I don't mind it. It's weird to pick a guy who hasn't started in the majors, though. That's the one thing I would say. I've learned that firsthand a couple times. So Jordan Lyles, my guy, really came through the other day. So been doing well, Jordan Lyles. Harden is going to be passive tonight. I think you're right. Kick's good. Maybe not passive, but I think Chris Paul is going to be taking over more of the offense. I still think Harden's going to be the highest scorer on the slate, though. He shoots too much. Give me some questions, chat. Please give me some questions, chat.
Young T. Du Bois Hood reviews calling a Puig homer.
I like Puig, and I'd be very happy with that because I think I'm currently rostering Puig. Puig gets 2 in a row. Puig is probably not likely to hit another one. Probably. I like Hap tonight for the Cubs.
Yeah, I have a lot of Hap, actually.
Cedric Payne asking us to review other DFS sites. Neither is the choice. But especially not that optimizer site.
Wait, there's other sites?
That's true. We often forget because ours is the best and most important. But there are others that exist, surprisingly. We're not the first.
Imagine asking for me as somebody from ESPN, like, yo, what do you think of Sports Illustrated? Fuck. It's gonna tell you to fuck off.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think one of them also makes a lot of money off of selling snake oil. Just leave it at that.
Sports Illustrated?
No, one of those two choices that Cedric Payne asked about.
Ooh, shots fired.
Psh, what about it? I'll come. I'm the hardest man in DFS. Come find me. Find me in the streets, other data fucking nerds. I'll fight you. He's. What other Cubs do you like? I mean, I like Rizzo, obviously. Contreras, I think, looks good. Chris Bryant. I'll go on a limb. Chris Bryant looks like a good play. Yeah, I think all those guys look pretty okay to me on that side, actually. Russell, I wasn't crazy about. Baez, I wasn't crazy about. But besides that, I like the Cubs. If the Braves make the playoffs, I think Chris owes Josh dinner. When have I ever said anything about the Braves? I'm not making bets just because, like, to make Josh happier.
Yeah, Chris, you owe me dinner if the Braves make the playoffs for fucking no reason whatsoever.
I like the Braves. I try to play Albies like every day.
I don't know who said that, but I agree with Tyler Monks. Tyler Monks seems to be the smartest guy in the chat.
I don't like Tyler Monks. What an idiot. Fuck that guy.
Tyler Monks is the smartest guy here.
Yeah, like, hey, this thing that Josh really cares about, if that happens, you should be even happier for him and just give him things, right? That's how life works. Fuck that.
I mean, that sounds like the right way to do it to me. I don't know why we're having a disagreement here.
Unbelievable.
Why would we not listen to Tyler Monks?
Also, is that like the first comment he's ever made in the chat? I've never seen that name before, never seen that. No, he's made a couple today. Fine. Someone notices.
It's
Tyler
just
Monks.
me. That's my alias.
Yeah. You're just helping the chat move by throwing in random suggestions for free things for yourself.
Trying to talk you into betting chicken sandwiches on it.
Bellinger home run today? Sure. Why not? Not a terrible play.
I'm probably not gonna get these DraftKings lineups in.
Jam. It would be great to have a good multi-sport player in this era, like Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders. But the thing is, like, they weren't really great. They were just kind of both okay at both sports. I mean, Deion was obviously better at one, but he wasn't like a great baseball player, right?
Bo Jackson was good at both.
But even then, he wasn't like great over time in football. He was kind of like a shooting star who was great for a short period.
I mean, once he fucked his hip up, the game was over for him.
Right. Yeah. Which
if
I guess
injuries don't happen, he's like a bigger legend than he really is.
But I think you go to the other way too, where like maybe he got out at the right time for people to remember him with this fondness, where he's always going to be like this guy who could have been like amazing at two sports, even though he might have petered out just from. It's hard to keep that up.
He was, though. That's the thing. Like, everything that he did until he got hurt was nasty.
All right. I don't remember Bo that well, to be honest. I feel like we were both very young then, and I haven't done enough Bo research besides playing Tecmo Bowl occasionally.
Oh, that was all I was going based on. Did I do this wrong?
You're right, though, if that were the case. So, fair.
All right, Bo Jackson. Pro Football Reference. Let's see what he did in basketball or in football.
Oh, Tyler Monks. Yeah, I remember talking with you on Twitter about that, Tyler Monks. You're fine, but you're not fine when you suggest I give Josh free things. So that's not. So you're even now in my scale, Tyler Monks. Tebow batting .260 and 4 homers is better than I thought. I think Tebow is unequivocally a better baseball player than I thought. Though that said, what has he done yet on the major stage?
I mean, I forgot that he was still playing baseball, to be honest with you. I don't know why he is.
He's been okay. Like, I think he's been okay enough where they want to trot him out there. If the Mets are bad this year, might as well start him at some point.
I'm surprised he's not still out in Cambodia, given circumcisions with his mouth.
Oh, he wants to just play sports. I kind of admire that.
Honestly, I think it's weird that he doesn't still play football, but that's neither here nor there.
I agree. I don't know. I feel like that was a advanced analytics time in football where people weren't really breaking it down and were just like, look at him, he can't hit the side of a barn. But like, I feel like he wasn't that bad that year.
I find it really hard to believe that he can't be one of the 55 guys on a roster on one of the NFL teams. But I see the NFL progressing in a way similar to the NBA now, where everyone knows that threes are better. I think that something is going to change in the NFL that spreads it out even more, has more people that can make a forward pass functionally, and it's going to turn into more like trickiness type stuff and open space. So like, I don't know, I can see him as a slot guy taking a reverse and throwing a pass somewhere. I feel like that's going to happen in the NFL, and people are going to freak out about it.
I could see that. I think it's tough though, because like there isn't enough space on the field because of how big the guys are. So the only way that would really work is if the guys got smaller because of like some concussion thing, or maybe they've talked about putting weight limits on guys. But like I think the field isn't wide enough right now for it to be meaningfully for it to spread out even more than it currently is. At least that's what people have said. Like that's why like the CFL is a little faster. But I think eventually the league will go that way, not anytime soon. But like it's going to be like 7-on-7 flag football at some point where it's just spread out and there's probably no linemen concussing each other on every play.
It's the same thing as like this shift that I have on my screen now for Joey Gallo, where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like everybody's in right field. Eventually, like the inertia of baseball is going to stop and people are just going to check that shit in the left field over and over and over again. But I feel like people don't, because it's like against the sanctity of baseball. But it's so fucking stupid that everybody goes over here and he's like, nope, got to take another cut at it. It fucking drives me insane.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that sports do which like don't adapt with the times or take forever to do it. And you know, it's faster now, I think, in the digital age that people learn and stop being idiots. But baseball has definitely been the slowest in every possible respect to adapt.
Like you think about the NBA and the way that the big man position has completely changed. Like nobody sees this coming 15 years ago or whatever, or at least like nobody that anybody's listening to. And now it's just so commonplace that they've basically removed a facet of what was like late 80s, early 90s basketball completely from the game. And I think that's going to happen in both sports. Like for baseball to evolve, nobody wants to watch this trash. I mean, this sport is dying, absolutely dying. So they need some sort of innovation soon because nobody gives a shit about it. Soccer will pass baseball.
Oh, I think that's that for sure. Baseball, I find like it's been more passionate. At least I've encountered where people are very passionate about it because like Twitter empowers them to be very passionate about it, even though they can't share GIFs or videos or anything. But I feel like the smallness of the world makes like it more profitable. Like same thing for WWE. WWE has less fans than they've ever had probably, but they're making the most money they've ever made because like the people who love something spend the most on it. I mean, honestly, our site's proof of that too. Like people who are interested in like a particular passion will spend more on it just to learn more about it or experience more of that passion. So I think like baseball, I wouldn't worry about baseball. I feel like in terms of that respect, but in terms of keeping kids engaged and stuff, like that's where I like there are guys like the fact they couldn't get black guys in for so many years. I feel like that's scary. Like is that they're losing that talent pool. But baseball, we'll see.
Like 10,000 people go to a Marlins game at best, and that'll probably go down. And they can hold, what, 30,000 people or so? Like, we build these stadiums, and nobody fucking goes to these games.
Yeah, there are more monuments to excess that baseball's kind of known for. That and their gigantic contracts that no other sport matches, even though players have to do more. Hey, look, we love baseball, though. Fun MLB DFS night.
Like, the Orioles are getting 10,000 less fans to the stadium per game right now. So basically, let's say every ticket's $20. They're losing $200,000 a game in ticket revenue that they had from last year.
But the TV deals were so outrageous, though, I don't think it matters. Because, again, they're in that content space where, like, people just need content.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like baseball is just doing it all wrong.
Yeah, I think in general the move to me is these stadiums doing what MLS has done, which is like going to smaller stadiums, making it more like an intimate experience that offers different things. It offers the bottomless brunches in Orlando, offers like different, like, you know, like that's sort of the move is personalizing the experience, using things that you know are draws and work. I think they're getting there. I think smart owners are going to get there faster. Like I think the Clippers games will probably be pretty interesting soon because of what Ballmer's trying to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's routes to it, but yeah, like the people who drag their feet and just are happy cashing checks. not the best for the sport.
It's too many games. You can't have 162 games spread out over 6 months, or eventually, like it's a supply and demand thing. There's so much supply that there's no longer any demand.
Yeah, I agree. I think baseball's got some issues, but hopefully not for the Cubs and Dodgers tonight, because those are my two stacks. Yeah, fuck it. That's enough. Any basketball questions, anyone? Get them in right now, or don't, whatever. Either way.
Ask somebody else.
Oh. Yeah, fine. Ask somebody else. Go to playline.com if you haven't yet. Playline.com/r/Awesemo. Join the contest where you can guess the lines for Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and James Harden tonight. Yeah, I got all three. I did it. But go now, sign up. Probably a lot of overlay in that tournament, so it should be easy for you to win money as long as you have paid attention to stuff that Josh and Awesemo have written about standard deviations and averages and all of that. So go get in there. Help yourself out. Help us out. And make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you'll know when we go live. I will be on here tomorrow with Jake, while Josh will be spared another painful, meaningless existence day talking about stupid sports bullshit.
Still some overlay in that Playline contest. Get there, people. You got till 9 o'clock.
Yep, go. Playline.com/r/Awesemo. Get free money if you deposit or just for signing up. Hey. And we'll be back again tomorrow. So, hey, thanks for tuning in. Good luck. Love you. Bye.